Hello everyone, it's Spurs Radio 96 here, and welcome to the 19th episode of the FIFA 19 Valencia career mode. We begin today's episode with La Liga Santander action away at the Wanda Metropolitano against Valencia's closest title rival, Atletico Madrid. If you haven't checked out the last episode, I advise you to do so, where we had two thrilling La Liga games, one against our main rivals Levante, one of our main rivals at the Mestalla, and a cracking game away at Real Betis, and of course we had the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final here against the Wanda Metropolitano, where we advanced through to the semi-finals on aggregate. As you saw by statistic, as I was rumbling on, Valencia is still the best defensive side in the league. Hopefully they can continue that once again. We've played Atletico Madrid 6 times this season, and we have yet to taste defeat in the league. Of course, we did taste defeat against Atletico Madrid in the quarter-final in the second leg of the Spanish Cup. We lost 1-0 at home that day, but away from home at the Wanda Metropolitano, we won 2-0 away with the goal scorers of Guedes and Alcacer. And in the semi-final, in the quarter-final of the Champions League second leg, Rodrigo was the scorer, and that 1-1 draw that allowed us to progress 2-1 on aggregate. And away from home in the league, Valencia have had a bit of a patchy time. We haven't won at home for 4 games until at 3-0 win away at Real Betis. We had disastrous results actually. We lost 2-0 away to Girona, a 0-0 draw away at Leganés, a 1-0 defeat to Sevilla, and a 2-1 defeat to Deportivo La Coruña. As we come into the 14th minute, Atletico Madrid, great build-up play here, and Koke with the chance there from good passing from Griezmann and Jonas. Atletico Madrid almost took the lead in this critical match for them if they had to dent our title hopes, but improve Atletico Madrid's hopes. And on to the 25th minute, they're still going forward. Gleason crosses it in, and Koke with another chance, and Nito saves again. Nito rallying the troops to hold their nerve, as Atletico Madrid have had a better start to this game in the first 26 minutes played. And here's Atletico Madrid's corner. Koke's going to take it. Valencia need to defend well. Koke takes. It was Godin! Diego Godin scores! Atletico Madrid take one of the most important leads in the season, and the crowd at the Wanda Metropolitano go wild. Atletico Madrid take the lead against Valencia. A brilliant delivery from Koke, a brilliant header from Diego Godin, who had 2 Valencia players marking him, and they couldn't do anything about it. Diego Godin rose the highest of them all and puts it clearly past Nito, and Atletico Madrid have a massive lead, and their title hopes are on, while Valencia's hopes have taken a bit of a hit again away from home. Diego Godin's second goal in La Liga. It's Atletico Madrid 1, Valencia 0. And there goes the half-time whistle. Disaster for Valencia. Their title hopes have been taking a bit of a battering in recent games away from home in La Liga, and that is emphasised once again, sadly, here at the Wanda Metropolitano. Atletico Madrid, who were dumped out of the Champions League by Valencia in the quarter-finals, they look to be getting revenge over that. Half-time in the league in the Wanda Metropolitano. Diego Godin's goal means it's Atletico Madrid 1, Valencia 0. And we'll have a look at the results from around the grounds. Getafe are behind against Real Madrid. Malaga, Eibar, Sevilla, Deportivo La Coruña, Las Palmas and Girona are all drawing. Let's come on to the second half highlights now, and there wasn't much many. And there goes the full-time whistle, I'm afraid. Valencia fall to defeat once again away in La Liga Santander. Diego Simeone shakes the hand of me there, and the Valencia players are devastated. The second half was much better. We took more of a fight to Atletico Madrid, but Atletico Madrid hold their nerve defensively. They were pretty good, really. They just sat back and defended pretty much throughout the whole of the entirety of the second half. But that's a very damaging result. Atletico Madrid's title charge is back on. Valencia's title hopes take a hit once again. It's Atletico Madrid 1, Valencia 0. And around the grounds, Getafe lost to Real Madrid, and the other 3 games remained winless, as all of those next 3 games were a draw. And let's go from the disappointment of Atletico Madrid to the Mestalla, which has been a pretty comfortable ground for Valencia to pick up points-wise in La Liga. We've only tasted defeat once in La Liga in Mestalla, which was against Deportivo La Coruña. And we have to get back to winning ways as quickly as possible, and the crowd expect us to get back to winning ways as well with a tough match against Eibar. Valencia have still 74 points, still top of the league. Atletico Madrid have closed the gap now to 4 points. They have 70 points. And it looks to me, like a two-horse race now between Atletico Madrid and Valencia. But if we keep losing away from home with our inconsistent away performances, then we might not be champions at this rate with the way things are going. For this match, the reserve team come into play there. I decided we need to. The reserve team, they always come up with the goods now and again, and particularly at home in La Liga. They've done a marvellous job. They beat Celta Vigo 3-0, Leganes 3-0. Of course, they lost to Deportivo La Coruña, which was a disappointment, but they beat Malaga, beat Villarreal, Real Sociedad. So it's all going very well, and of course they beat Levante as well. So hopefully the reserve team can bring back the 3 points against Eibar, who are going for a 4-4-2. And the last time we played ST Eibar, we won 3-0 away at their ground, which put us, I think, top of the league actually. Kept us top of the league. We were on 36 points at the time. So let's go on to the first half highlights. The opening minutes here. Valencia onto a positive start. Mina's got the ball, doing very well at the moment. And that's a brilliant effort from, I think it was Ferran Torres, and the goalkeeper made a save. It was a tight angle, but he let loose of the strike, and the keeper smothered it. Early signs for Valencia are encouraging. 31st minute, and Valencia have a chance, and that was a great strike there from, I think it was Denis Cheryshev. Took a right thunderbolt that. Really right, laced it. Really good shot. It was going in, but a phenomenal save from the keeper. He's kept Eibar level at the Mestalla. And the added time of the first half, and it is goalless. Valencia have certainly had their chances, but they've had a brilliant goalkeeper to contend with, unfortunately. That's kept ST Eibar level at the Mestalla. Eibar haven't done much really in the first half. They haven't been very adventurous from an attacking point of view. But at half time at the Mestalla, it's Valencia 0, ST Eibar 0. Not good for Valencia. Second half, 67th minute now, and they're coming forward to ST Eibar, and they've got a chance here, and that's a good save from Onana. His first real big save of the match. And ST Eibar had a moment of brilliant build-up play, and Valencia were able to count on their goalkeeper. 74th minute, and ST Eibar growing in confidence, and they're going to create another chance here. Across, and that's a brilliant strike, and an even better save from Onana from the number 7 of Eibar. I don't know who it was, couldn't tell because the name was covered up by the sunlight. That's another brilliant save from Onana, who's looking for another clean sheet in La Liga. 77th minute, Eibar is still going forward, but Valencia clear the lines and could go on the attack. What a pass from Rakic towards Bashiwai, and he's given it to Mina. Can he score here? He can! Mina has scored again for the reserve team, and Valencia have taken a critical lead against ST Eibar, the Mestalla, and the Mestalla has erupted. 10 minutes to play. Valencia are on the verge of a huge 3 points. And Rakic with one of the passes of the season. He found Bashiwai, and Bashiwai and Mina went on the counter, went on the charge to the opposition's goal. Bashiwai with a neat little pass to Mina, and Mina, well, you can always count on Mina at the moment. He's scoring goals for fun. He's a top scorer for Valencia. He's scored 15 La Liga goals now, and it's Valencia 1, ST Eibar 0. 84th minute, Valencia are tearing Eibar apart now. Bashiwai, great strength there. He's got the ball and have a chance. Oh, he put it wide. Michy Bashiwai had a chance to seal the 3 points for sure and ease the nerves, and that was another brilliant save from Eibar's keeper. He's had a brilliant game. 87th minute, Valencia are still going for it. And that's Dimitriv saves again. He's produced some magnificent saves in this match. Arguably Eibar's man of the match. Wise with the strike. Keeper had a better view, didn't have a better view there, but managed to save. And there goes the added time. Valencia are back to winning ways in La Liga. A massive 3 points against SD Eibar, who put in a very good performance, particularly from their goalkeeper Dimitriv, who made some outstanding saves at the back for SD Eibar. They had some chances, Eibar, but we managed to keep our nerves, and Sante Mina scores one of his most important goals of his career and his 15th of the season. Valencia are back to winning ways at the Mestalla, and the fans are very happy and relieved about that. Full time, it's Valencia 1, SD Eibar 0, and we have a clean sheet as well in La Liga. Fantastic. And let's put the joy of La Liga to one side, as we will be going away to the Nou Camp for the second time this season, as we will be facing Barcelona in the first leg of this all-Spanish semi-final. Valencia in the semi-finals of the Champions League for the first time since 2001, and also it's the first time they were in a European semi-final since the Europa League in 2014. As you can see, Schalke and Tottenham Hotspur are through and will contest against each other for a place in the final at the Wanda Metropolitano. Fantastic atmosphere once again at the Nou Camp, and no doubt Valencia looking forward to the second all-Spanish knockout stage of the Champions League. We beat Atletico Madrid 2-1 on aggregate, 1-0 at the Mestalla, and then we drew 1-1 away at the Wanda Metropolitano. And of course, the last time we faced Barcelona at the Nou Camp, we won 2-1 with goals from Paco Alcacer and Rodrigo. And there's Barcelona's lineup that will contest the first leg of the semi-final in the 4-3-3 formation. Coutinho, Suarez and Messi up front. Very deadly indeed. And well, if we can win away at Barcelona once, hopefully Valencia can do it again. And Valencia's lineup will be the first team for the second game, the second time in 3 La Liga games in 3 games in this episode. And we'll come on to the first half highlights here of the Nou Camp. And on the 6th minute, Valencia, after an encouraging start, Solo crosses it to Alcacer, and Rodrigo's in there with the chance. That's a good save from ter Stegen. First chance of the Champions League semi-final goes to Valencia. Got a pass from Nito, and is giving it away to Lionel Messi. He's passed it to Suarez, and Suarez has a chance. Luis Suarez has put Barcelona in front in the semi-final of the Champions League. A horrible mistake from Gea. From a goal kick from Nito. Gave it away to Lionel Messi, which is certainly something you shouldn't do. Brilliant twist there from Messi to find Suarez. Suarez with the strike. I think it made contact with the crossbar or the post. But what a strike it was on his right foot. Nito, no chance. It indeed took a bit of touching from the bit of a touch from the post, and Luis Suarez, his 4th goal in the Champions League, has put Barcelona in front at the Nou Camp. 43rd minute, Barcelona on the attack again. Vidal, Suarez again. Oh, that was Rakic with an absolute thunderbolt, and so close to putting Barcelona 2-0 up on the right foot. He scored a cracker against Valencia at the Mestalla in the league. He almost did the same at the Nou Camp and the Champions League. And there goes the first half. Disappointment for Valencia. It's been Barcelona who've been in control. No wonder the fans are waving the flags in a very good way. Luis Suarez takes advantage of a Valencia defensive error, and it's Barcelona who lead in the first leg so far after the first half. It's Barcelona 1, Valencia 0. And there goes On to the second half highlights. And sadly it's finished to a huge cheer from Barcelona's fans in the Nou Camp. They have won the first leg of the semi-final of the Champions League. And the Valencia players are gutted. To be fair, it wasn't the best performance. Second half was actually a bit dull, hence why there wasn't hardly any highlights at all. But Luis Suarez, who has a word of the captain, Dani Pereiro, is the man who has decided the first leg with a cracker after a cracking goal, after a defensive mistake from Valencia. It's finished at the first leg. Barcelona 1, Valencia 0. Very disappointed. Anyway, let's take a look at the La Liga Saturday table. And Valencia are still top with now 77 points. Still got a 4-point gap over second place Atletico Madrid. Valencia have 24 wins, 5 draws, 6 defeats, 62 goals scored. Not the best defensive record in the league. And don't have the best defence in the league either, conceding 26 goals. But Atletico Madrid are second, of course, with 73 points. They have 21 wins, 10 draws, 4 defeats, the least amount of defeats in the league. 63 goals scored, the best offensive record in the league, and have conceded 26 goals, equaling the best defence of Valencia. Barcelona are third with 69 points, 20 wins, 9 draws, 6 defeats, 62 goals scored, 31 conceded. Real Madrid are fourth, pulling away from Getafe. They have 65 points, 20 wins, 5 draws, 10 defeats, 52 goals scored, 28 conceded. Getafe doing really well in real life and in this game, in this career mode. They are fifth with 58 points, 17 wins, 7 draws, 11 defeats, 46 goals scored, 36 conceded. Villarreal are now sixth in the Europa League spot with 53 points. What is on goal difference, above 7th place Real Betis, who are also on 53 points. Sevilla are 8th, just 3 points behind Villarreal and Real Betis with 50 points. And they've also conceded, 46 goals. I think that's more goals than Villarreal and Real Betis, Sevilla have conceded. And we'll go on to the last two teams of the top 10. And we've got Girona in 9th with 48 points. Real Espanyol in 10th on 43 points, ahead of Athletic Bilbao on goal difference, who are also on 43 points, pretty much safe for next season. Las Palmas are 12th with 41 points, ahead on goal difference again, ahead of Eibar, who are 13th, also on 41 points. They should be safe for another season in La Liga. Deportivo La Coruña are now 14th with 40 points. They should be safe for next season. That'll be a great achievement for Deportivo La Coruña. Real Sociedad 15th with 39 points. They're pretty much almost safe. 16th is Leganes, who are also on 39 points. And we'll look at the bottom 4 teams in La Liga. Very, very close to choose in this relegation scrap at the bottom of the La Liga Santander table. Alaves is 17th with 38 points, 2 points ahead of 18th place Celta Vigo, who are on 36 points. Still, and they've been in 18th place most of the season, but are putting on a late season charge to get out of the relegation zone, despite they've conceded 53 goals. That is quite remarkable. And then we'll look at the bottom 2 teams in the league. No surprise really, who's 19th and 20th, which is Levante, who's on 23 points and pretty much relegated, and Malaga is last, relegated with just 4 wins, 7 draws, 24 defeats, 26 goals scored, equaling the worst offensive goal record in the league with Levante, but conceding 64 goals. And let's take a look at the preview of episode 20 of the Valencia career mode, and we begin it with a La Liga Santander match away against Malaga, already relegated from La Liga, top versus bottom, first versus 20th. Then we have a huge game, the second leg of the Champions League semi-final against Barcelona at the start. We must win that game to have any chance of progressing to our first final, Champions League final since 2001. And then to conclude the episode, we have a home match against Deportivo Alaves. So quite easy games on the La Liga front, but the Champions League has certainly got very, very tough. I think that was our first away defeat in the Champions League since, we had our first away defeat in the Champions League actually by Barcelona in the first leg semi-final. So hopefully we can put our home form to good use. So see you next time. Take care.